Welcome to the classroom. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.
Market segmentation is the process of dividing customers by similar characteristics. Once this is done, the marketing resources are focused on this group of clients. These characteristics may be gender, location, age, culture, income, or a combination of all these factors. Well, the marketing department must make sure that the product satisfies needs and wants. However, it does not end there, because things change, tastes change, preferences change. Therefore, the marketing department must keep on top of these changes no matter what. The product design must be visually appealing. Not only that, it must reflect everything which the business stands for. And it should also create a desire for the client to want to own the product. You have most likely heard this, but the product must be differentiated to the extent that it creates a competitive advantage for the business. Costs refers to keeping costs low for the business. The lower the costs of getting the product to the market, the more profit you will make. And we should also take into consideration opportunity costs for our customers. What would your customer be willing to sacrifice for them to own your product? It is vital to bear in mind that most products or services have a life cycle, a marketing life cycle. Any product's life cycle will start with slow sales, and if the business has the money, a lot of advertising. Sales will then start growing up until these sales reach maturity stage. There, sales will start to stabilize. Eventually, however, with alternative products and market saturation, sales will then begin to decline. However, this is not always the case. Some products follow a different path, and the graphs look slightly different. These products have what is called an atypical life cycle. It is also important to find strategies to change the trajectory of the decline phase. Some strategies may include entering new markets, developing your product further, changing or improving upon distribution channels, promoting the product, or changing your pricing strategy. We have spoken in great depth and detail about pricing strategies. If you have missed that, then please check out Marketing Grade 11 Part 2. That video goes into a lot of detail. Technology is continuously changing. Not only that, it is changing the way things are done. What do I mean by this? Well, in terms of marketing, technology may be able to help you extend your reach. Tailor your message to suit your customers. And most importantly, it allows you to get up-to-date results on the success or lack thereof of your marketing campaign. The biggest questions that you can ask yourselves are, what are the benefits of setting up an electronic business? What is the difference between internet and e-commerce? Well, there's a lot of things that you can do with marketing using technology, like electronic marketing, mobile marketing, using the internet for selling goods. And you can think about how the retail stores are now actually moving into a place or a space where they are selling their products online. The great thing about this is that the information is more accurate and more timely than information obtained manually. By using computer programs and supporting equipment, it is possible to have instant information on what goods are being sold the most, at what price the goods are being sold, how many times your items or goods are being sold, and how much stock is left. The information can then be reworked instantly, for that matter, into usable data. For example, you can project your income for the future based on existing sales information. Technology and better communication has made it increasingly possible to compete better on the global market. This, for your business, could mean a bigger market and cheaper inputs. The other side of the coin is that you will be competing on a bigger stage. Bigger fish. There are certain things which must be known before you decide to compete on the international stage. The marketing mix, products, price, place, promotion, people, processes, and physical environments will be affected when a company moves to international marketing. Unless a company holds the same position against its competitors in all markets, are you a market leader? Are you a low-cost marketer? It will be impossible to launch an identical marketing plan worldwide. The trade agreements entered into by different countries. Their purpose is to gain access to goods which the country may not have access to. Import duties are used to make imported products more expensive, so as to make customers buy local. Export subsidies are used by government to try and help local business to compete more effectively or cheaply on the international stage. They could be tax rebates or outright government funding. Essentially, these work in the same way that import duties work. The government limits the number of certain goods coming into the country. Where are my Forex people out here? Whoop whoop! These may sometimes be outside the control of the government. They move with the ebbs and the flows of market sentiments. Some advantages for foreign marketing or international marketing may include: with market expansion, the economies of scale that will be found in production and distribution may benefit your company. If the local market is saturated, then expansion into international markets using the same strategies as the home country may be profitable. A company may benefit based on one of its biggest selling brands. A good example of this is Coca-Cola. The Coca-Cola company does not only sell the black liquid, it also sells Sprite, Fanta Orange, and a range of other products. Lower marketing costs as a result of uniformity of marketing practices. E-marketing or electronic marketing opens up new avenues for smaller businesses on a much smaller budget and allows access to consumers all over the world. Just a fast fact: countries are ranked according to an investment grading system. This provides a rating system for investors to see how suitable a country is for investment. Evaluating the foreign market. Businesses need to evaluate the foreign market by conducting market research. This will provide information on potential product demand and market share. The market research should focus on the following questions. How big is the market for your product? How much of the product is already sold in the foreign market? What is the current price of competitor products? What advertising strategies are my competitors using? And how do my products compare with those of the competitors? If you do this properly, then entry into the foreign markets may not be such a big challenge. Intellectual property and marketing. It is important to protect your brand image locally and more so abroad. Intellectual property law protects you in this regard, and the different types of intellectual property protections may include: trademarks, collective marks which represent a product based on production method or geographical location. Think the proudly South African logo or the SABS stamp of approval. industrial designs which could come and represent the company. A good example of this is the curvaceous bottle made famous by Coca-Cola brand. Patents which are registered to protect the way in which a product is made. Kodak had a patent on the digital camera and it was afraid of bringing it to market. This patent lasted all throughout the 80s and the 90s, up until the mid-early 2000s. And with this patent, they had a steady flow or stream of income from any other brand that decided that they wanted to create a digital camera product. They made millions. And this was all good and well up until the patent period ended. And they found themselves in uncharted territory and waters where their market share price dropped considerably, and they had to now find a new way of making money or being profitable. Check out the link below about the story about Kodak and how this happened to them. If you are going to be doing any marketing of any products in South Africa, you have to bear in mind the Consumer Protection Act. This act is one of those laws which does the most for South African consumers. It came into effect on the 24th of April 2009 and it sought to, number one, protect consumers from unethical and dubious marketing practices, assist consumers in being treated fairly, and most importantly, align South Africa to the global standards of treating customers fairly. This act gives the following rights to consumers: equality, privacy, choice, disclosure of information, responsible marketing, fair and honest dealings, fair value, quality and safety, and terms and conditions. Do you think that all businesses in South Africa adhere to this law?
Thank you for joining us in this lesson. If you learned something, give the video a like, share, and subscribe for more great content.